Hello everyone, welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Since last episode, I have rearranged these a bit. I went ahead and moved the squeezer and the fermenter from over there to over here. So this setup should be enough to run 2 diesel generators. And in the future, we can even double this entire setup and run 4 in total, which will be cool. We won't have to do that for a while though. But at the moment, we can't afford any diesel generators because these generator blocks require something from the Nether. So we can't really do this right now. So I think right now, I will make the arc furnace. We should be able to make that one. We do have to make the electrodes first though, which is just HRP graphite and this blueprint, which you can craft. You don't need to find it this time, which is nice. So we can smelt some of this dust we made last episode. We will have to make some more, because it's 4 per electrode, and we need 3. There we go. There's the blueprint. Okay, so we need 12 HRP graphite ingots. We have 1 left, so we need to make 11 more. Each one of these is 8 coke dust, so that's 88 coke dust. I'll just grind down 16 blocks of coal coke for now. I don't really know how much that is. Also, it's thundering. I'll turn that down. 1%. Oh, apparently the weather slider doesn't affect thunder. Alright, I didn't know that. There we go, it's all done. We have over 2 stacks. One thing that's annoying is I really don't want to use this squeezer because of the seared stone output. I don't want it to like mess up the pipes and stuff. I'll just make another squeezer. It's fine. What does that sound? Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, there's a thing. There we go. I don't know what that was, but it's dead now. Okay, so I'll gather everything for another squeezer. I think I might build another square. One more this way, and then put the squeezer here. I think that makes the most sense. There we go. We will have to wait for the grass to grow. That's fine though. I think I remember how to build this. First try. I'm sure we're going to need some more HRP graphite later, so I might as well squeeze it all. This recipe uses more than LV, so it does run out of power, but it just runs slower I think. And now we have 18 more HRP graphite. I'll get it smelted. Now we can make the electrodes. We can make 3. Yay! Okay, arc furnace time. The most expensive part about this is the amount of steel, and also these, but I think I might just disassemble one of my blast furnaces. We are so close to mechanism steel, which is way more efficient than these, so I might just tear this down. 3 bricks, and also connectors. So we need 1 cauldron. I think we're going to need a little more steel. I need some charcoal though. By the way, the reason why /home is instant is because cheats are enabled. I didn't realise it was like that. Also, something that amazed me was if we use our smeltery to melt some tin, you don't need a timer for these faucets. You can just have a lever. And it works! Someone please tell me why we were all using redstone clocks. I don't understand, I swear this didn't work before. We're going to need a bunch of steel sheet metal, 14 of which into slabs. We can turn the leftover back into blocks. We also need some scaffolding, 1 redstone engineering block, 10 of the light ones, 5 heavy, 27 reinforced blast brick, which we stole. Now all we need is 6 blocks of steel, which we don't have. We only have 7. Yeah, we messed up a bit there. We're going to have to wait. This might take a while. We do have 6 in our inventory, so we do have 13 out of 54. It's not that bad. And once we build this, we get some steel back, which is great. Over a stack as well. Okay, I think we have enough now. It's not been that long, like 10 minutes maybe. I've just been chopping trees down. So with 54 steel, we can make 6 blocks. I'll try and keep this running from now on. I don't want that to happen again. Anyway, we should have everything to build the arc furnace. It's a 5x5, so it's quite big. Yay! I'm not sure if I built this in the right way. Yeah, I don't think I have. The power's over here. I definitely want to spin this thing round. I guess we're building it again. There we go. Much better. Power can go here and power is there, so it's super easy. We can even put a relay up there. Let's get more steel going as well. Alrighty. We should be able to get this thing running. If you're worried about this being in a different chunk, by the way, this side's in this chunk, so I think it's fine to put connectors on here. It shouldn't cross any chunk boundaries. By the way, the way I've been doing chunk-based squares is this is 17 by 17. So west facing and north facing, or negative x and negative z, are on the outside of the chunk. And then the other two are on the inside. And this is perfectly tileable in a chunk, which is great for immersive engineering because the multi-blocks do like to break and corrupt your world if they are on chunk boundaries. There we go. We're getting power. And these should go up here. Brilliant. And with this, we can make industrial slime ball out of slime, beef, pig, salt, and clay. I've not been picking up salt, but it is everywhere. So I might need to go grab some of that. And for slime balls, we can make them out of rice. It's quite a good ratio as well. I will go grab some salt now. Here we are. It's this stuff. I'll grab as much as I can, so we won't need to do this again. This is probably enough. I will make this into the blocks, so we can store it more efficiently. 2 and a bit stacks of blocks. We do have pig, but I probably should farm them if they're needed for this craft. Okay, these 5 items should be everything. So how does this work? It looks like salt goes over here, and then everything else goes in the left. Oh, slime goes in the left, and then everything goes in the right. I got that wrong. The electrodes do have durability, but they do last a while, so I'm not too worried. And it's done. And with this, we can make slime boots and the slime sling, which is amazing for exploration. And it doesn't have any other uses than this, so I guess we don't need to farm pigs. That's good. Another thing that we're going to have to do with the arc furnace is make industrial leather, but we don't quite have this yet. There's a few things we have to do, some more roots, and we also have to go to the Nether. So we can't really do this quite yet. So what I'm thinking is we start roots, which is a magic mod I've never used before. So I'm very excited. Alright, I've prepared another square. This should be enough space. I can't imagine it taking up more area than this. Okay, for the gate into roots, we are going to need the root of the fallen, which is Baycock's bow and wild root. I can't really say wild root. Wild root. And it does give us the book, which is nice. So with some terraspores and a knife, we can gather some terra moss. There we go, a knife. I think normal moss stone should work for this. Yes. The terraspores are for making more mossy stone. You right click cobblestone that's next to water. So I'll get a few more. What do we even do with this? Well, first we need some bark. You just mine some trees with the knife. A stack should be plenty. And now we can make the pyre. With some bloodied stone, we have some spare, bark, root of the fallen, and terra moss. There we go. And a trophy. I'll put this over here for now. To use the pyre, we're going to need flint and steel, which is made with actual steel in this pack. We can technically go to the Nether now. I'll do that later though. So we need to make some charred stone, which is 3 stone, terra moss, and bark. These are annoying. I'll delete them. Next we need to make a grove stone, which enables fey crafters and runic crafters to function after you do something with the pyre. We might have enough buffalo and eagle stuff, I'm not sure. I think we need to kill another buffalo. There we go. 3 tooths. 3 teeth. We just need a little bit more charred stone. There we go. Hopefully I can place this in the center of the chunk. That would be nice. Here. Okay, I think it is fine in the center of the chunk. It's a 10 block range, which is nice. This is grove supplication. I think once we do this, it activates the stone, and then we can use the fey crafters. So I'll try that now. Before we can do that, we have to make the mortar and pestle, which is more charred stone. So mortar and pestle. I'll put this here. We need petals for the grove supplication, which is just 5 flowers in one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy. We just need 1 more root of the fallen, and with some moss stone, cedar, root of the fallen, eagle feather, and petals, we can perform the grove supplication thing. Yay! The stone is now activated, which means this can work. We just need some more charred stone, 2 blocks of amethyst, and some saplings. And there we go. The Fey Crafter. I'll put this here. So with this, we can craft elemental soil with gravel, dirt, bone, terra moss, and petals. Why is it always nighttime? So we can put all of these in, and right click with a knife. Yay! Now we can craft these soils. Some of these are very useful. We can drop it in water for aqueous, drop it in lava for magmatic, drop it below Y30 for terran, and drop it above Y90 for salic. Yay! I'd say the most useful one is aqueous. It's kind of like a hopping bonsai pot. It harvests the plant automatically and deposits it in the block underneath. So I can make some drawers. I'll place these over here. And I think these work. The first plant we'll put on here is Jugonia, but we need to craft it first. We do need a lily pad though. Where do I get this from? I remember seeing some along this river. Whilst I'm here, might as well get some terra moss. And it looks like they are here. I was right. So with some sugar, lily pads, terra moss, lapis, and petals, we can craft a Jugonia. And we can put it on here. And something really interesting with the soil, I'm pretty sure it grows faster with a redstone pulse. It might not work like this though. Is this working? It might be working. This one's up to 57, but I thought this would grow faster, if I'm being honest. There we go, one's grown. I think it is faster. And we do get one of these from the quest book. So I'll put this down. There we go. The next plant is cloudberries, which are made with Jugonia, wool, grass, leaves, and blue orchids. I don't know if we've got blue orchids yet though. I might have to go looking for those. Here are some. We have everything now. Nice. Let's grow some. Next one is the Pereskia. We are missing another flower, but I have seen this one. And also beetroot, which I have the seeds for, I think. Apparently not. There's a village over there, by the way. We might have to go there. For beetroot. I'm not sure you can get it from breaking grass. Okay, off to the village we go. We also need melon. I'm not sure I've seen that yet. Here we are. Do you have some beetroot? They have crafting tables. And furnaces. Finally. And pistons. No beetroot though. More free furnaces. Very nice. A bunch of wheat. But no beetroot. I'll take the bookshelves. And the glowstone. Why is there no beetroot? They might have disabled trading as well. I can't seem to do that. Carrots, wheat, potatoes. Yeah, they don't have beetroot anywhere. I'll take the books. That's annoying. Oh, I think they do have it. Yes, thank goodness. Also, we're going to need some of these. Do we have melon? No. Why? They might give you melons as a quest reward. I just haven't been looking really. I'll quickly see if that's true. Aha! They do. Over here. I'll keep the seed. We just need magenta dye, which you can get from the flowers as well. There we go. We do need to convert it to the bulb, so we can actually grow it. Next we need moonglow, but we're going to have to go to the nether to craft this. We do have glowstone, but we don't have this. There's also a bunch of stuff we need to do in the nether, so we might as well get that over with. By the way, this should be a 1x2 draw, because it does drop the bulbs as well. I'll quickly fix that. There we go. Now it works. Also, this isn't in the center of the chunk. I have to change that. I'm not really sure how I managed to do that. I'll reactivate it off camera. I can't be bothered right now. But we now have enough Pereskia for the quest. Nice. Okay, I have fixed the stone. It is active now. Again. I think we're ready to go to the nether. I just have to build a portal. I will build it over here somewhere, maybe in the wall. We will make it 3x3. And just so pigmen don't walk around, I've got a gate. Off we go. Here we are. It took a while to load. First thing I'd like is a room, so we don't immediately die. I need a door of some kind. And I'll put a waypoint. Okay, time to explore. And probably die, honestly. Oh, here's some syncinasite. We need it for the diesel generators. Nice. Yeah, we probably should be looking at the Nether chapter. There's a bunch of stuff that's important. There is a guy over there. Oh, I made a mistake. I accidentally hit a pigman. Let's try not to do that again. I think that guy's important. It's going well so far. That was scary. Anyway, we found some of this, so we don't actually need to craft it. We can just find it in structures. We probably should try make better armor, because ours at the moment isn't very good. It's just durable, and that's it. Ooh, diamonds. Do these explode? Maybe not. I don't know. Lapis. I think they get mad if you mine ore. This shuriken is good for ghasts. It's super easy to bounce back the fireballs. I should also mine some cobalt. I don't think they get mad. Yeah, we're fine. And also ardite for manulin. I didn't do anything. Why are they mad at me? I think an enemy hit them, and then they aggroed on me for some reason. We also need to kill the imps. Do you mind? They keep attracting new pigmen. It's really annoying. Why is this place so scary? We need nether reed, quartz, and this one needs orange mushroom and lucis spore. So these two. But before we do that, can we make emerald armor? Because I've heard it's good. Better than diamond. And it's green. There we go. Why are the pants a different colour? Okay, I don't think that's intentional. Also, it gives us some free food, so I'm going to use that. It seems to be good. Also, I want some more shears, since I was broke. There we go. Okay, second time's a charm. I'll go down here this time. Some nether wart. I'm sure that's useful. And these orange mushrooms. Which ones are lucis spores? Are they these ones? Yes, we got 2. We need 3. And we also need bone mushrooms. I don't know what they look like. Blood gem. We need this. Also, we've run out of food now, which isn't good. We also need that. Netherite. You just smelt it for 1 ingot. So we're going to need 5 more. I can see some ore, but they're in the roof. So I can't really mine them. Also, we need some quartz. So stuff we still need are bone mushrooms, some more netherite, magma flowers, nether reeds, and black apples. I'll go home. I have run out of food anyway. We can crush the netherite to get 2. So we only need 3 in total. So 1 more. So it's not that bad. Okay, I'm ready. What is that thing? Why is it stupid as well? Okay, it's fine. Ghost wood. I think you can use this for tinkers. Some more blood gem. And some netherite. Oh, reeds. That's this quest done. Yeah. That's nice. There's the black apple. They're quite common. Bone mushrooms spawn in soul sand fields. And magma flowers spawn in lava lakes. I'll make my way down to the lava. Hate these guys. Leave me alone. Any magma flowers? No. They do spawn on magma blocks. So like that. There doesn't seem to be any here. I'll keep looking though. It would be around about here if I were to find it. Magma flowers. It's not that rare. I'm always on fire. Or poisoned. Or both. Now where on earth is this soul sand biome? Where the bone mushrooms spawn? I hate this place. What do we even need these for? Sky Soarer. Yeah, I want that. We do need them then. Why? I don't think they're rare. I think we've just been unlucky with the biomes we found. I'll empty my inventory and then we'll go look. Again. I might also swap to Ghostwood because it also has ecological, and it's white, which I like better. But what is ghastly? Oh, okay. That doesn't matter. It does have 0 durability. I'm not sure if it increases it or not. Oh, by a little bit. So it is an upgrade. Okay. Everything becomes ghostwood. They're so pretty now. Alright, let's find this biome. Wait, hold on. We can craft the nature's compass. Okay, let's do that. I forgot about this thing. Red cedar and some bark. Easy. It works in all dimensions. That's just what we needed. It doesn't appear. I'll sort by source and try and find the Nether mod we're using. It doesn't exist. Okay. I guess they're not biomes. Yeah, everything is the Nether biome, which is called Hell. That's not exactly helpful. I'll just walk around. Hopefully I find it. Ooh, a blaze. Also, I'm pretty sure we need this. Yes. We found a fortress at least. That's useful. This place is horrible. Wait, that might be it. Oh. That was terrifying. Explosive bats. Yeah, they're there. Nothing kill me now. Please. Yay! I'm going home. Alright, we're done with the Nether. For now. That place was absolutely horrible. And I've got a bunch of random stuff now that I don't want. Okay, back to roots. We were trying to make moon glow before. I think we can do this now. So nether reed, glowstone, quartz, bark, cloudberry. Yay! This one has a seed, so I think I need a 1x2 again. Also, these might be slow, but they're passive. We have over a stack of these two, and 44 of Pereskia. So it is pretty good, because it grows while you're doing other stuff. I imagine if you have a massive field as well, you'll get so much. Because this is 1 block, and we're getting like 1 a minute. So if you had like an entire chunk, and was doing this, it would be crazy. Also, we need to extend this. I forgot. Okay. We're also going to need baffle caps, which did need some random stuff from the Nether, which we do have now. We don't have brown mushroom though, so I'll quickly go get some. It's everywhere in the Nether. Yeah, look at this. I'll get some red mushrooms as well. So with red mushroom, brown mushroom, orange mushroom, lucid spore, and Pereskia, we can craft the thing. Bottle cap. Is it called that? I don't remember. Baffle cap. Thank you, Whaler. We need to grow this in a dark area. I'll grow it over here. Ta-da! We got 2 back. It's not very efficient. Maybe if I use a pickaxe. There we go. I think fortune works on it. I'll just go ahead and use up all this bone meal. 28. That's fine. We can craft the infernal bulb now with stuff we found in the Nether. So magma flower, baffle cap, magma cream, agave or agave, I have no idea, and lava bucket. Yay! Can we just grow this? Yes. We should be able to get the Moonglow crest. Yes. We do need to make this stuff, but I think we need the shears first. So we need to do this. Runestone. It's just charred stone, amethyst, and lapis. Easy peasy. So like this. We have enough infernal bulbs now. Yeah, we do need the shears, which are shears, runestone, a bunch of obsidian, and Pereskia. Cool. I will make a fresh pair, just for this craft. So this, these two, this, and shears. We need to snip some wheat, I think like this. Yes, I'll get a bit more as well. Wild wheat. We're also going to need some spirit herbs, which is the same thing, but with beetroot. I think this is another 1x2. Now we need fey leather, but I think we can just shear a cow with this. We need to do some sort of ritual to get wildwood. It's one of these. This one, I think. We need to plant wildroot near the pyre, and it will change into a sapling. But the tree doesn't drop more saplings. We're going to need to do this a bunch. Probably. I wasn't aware you could grow these. Maybe I should be doing that. Over here. There we go. So we do this. And this. and it has to be fully grown. It's quite simple. It's Dugonia, Spirit Herb, Wild Root, Bone Meal, and Bark. Does it have to be dark oak bark, or can it be any? I guess we'll find out. Okay, it does have to be dark oak. It does give you the saplings, somewhere. Yeah. Dark oak tree, please. Thank you. That should be enough. Alright, we can do it again. There we go. Yay! Wildwood tree. It's not that expensive of a ritual, so I don't mind doing that a bunch. Okay, I think we can craft stalactite now, which is the last plant we need, I think. It's Infernal Bulb, Wildwood, one of these things from the Nether, Runestone, and Wild Wheat. Okay. We might need to wait a bit for this to grow. Okay, that's almost all of roots done. There are a bunch of spells that we can do, but for now, I'll craft the final item. It's not expensive at all. It's just some plants and fey leather, so we can just shove everything in here. Nice. I don't know what this is. Ah, okay. It's part of the gate into Autumn, or Atum. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, I want to try make the Sky Soarer spell, because this is very useful. It's basically flight, kind of, and it's quite easy. We just need this. So with some Spirit Herb and Stalactite, we can craft the Living Arrow. Oh, it's in the Fey Crafter. I keep doing that. There we go. So in the Mortar and Pestle, we can put Living Arrow, Slime Block, Block of Amethyst, Bone Mushroom Spores, and Cloudberries. We do need the staff though, to actually use the spell, but it isn't that bad. I hope we're not going to need this anymore. We are going to need a imbuer though, and whatever this is, but they are both cheap. There we go. I'll put this over here. What does this even do? So I think we put the spell down, and then use the Grummery of the Forests on it to learn the spell. Yay! And I think to put it on our staff, we're going to need the Imposer. Once again, it's cheap. We just need another one of these. And some more charred stone. I've made a lot of this. So Imbuer and Imposer. I'll put this here. There's a specific key you press to open your staff. For me, it's Shift O. And now we can place this on our staff. Ooh. Yeah, we want this to disable fall damage. I will find out how to get that. I think we also need the herb pouch. It's just some buffalo stuff. There we go. Oh, I'm dumb. So put this on, right click with a knife. Yeah, enabled. Now if you put cloudberries and stalactite in our herb pouch, can we fly around? Yeah, awesome. And to make sure the fall damage thing's working. Yes. Great. We might need to make bigger farms for cloudberry and stalactite, since I will be using it a bunch. Oh, it's so fun as well. I think for the rest of this episode, we'll try and automate biodiesel using a big farm. But I will have to go mining off camera because I've run out of so much stuff. And I imagine the diesel generator is very expensive. So yeah, I'll be back. Alright, I've been doing a bit of mining. I think we can afford one diesel generator, hopefully. And I've also prepared an area to grow barley, which someone told me is the best thing to grow. So I'll just take the word for it. So there's going to be redstone here, here and here. A bunch of 1x2 drawers at the bottom of these holes. And aqueous soil on top. And then using a controller slave, we should be able to pull over to the fermenter and squeeze it. So that's the plan. But we do need 60 1x2 drawers. So I have to mine a bunch of trees. It is quite a lot of wood, I've realised. And now we can make 60 1x2 drawers. We do need some trim, a controller, and a slave to make this work. 2 controllers actually. I don't think they're too expensive. It's just some steel. And draconium, didn't know that. I have seen draconium at the very bottom of the world, at like Y5. It's not actually that rare. It's just very deep. Yeah, I saw some in this water pool. Yes. 17. That should be plenty. Red alloy is just this. We've seen this before. We need more quartz. We did not pick up enough when we went to the Nether. Hate this place. We have almost a stack. That's fine. And we can make 6 potentiometers. We only need 4 for 2 controllers, but they are useful anyway. Now we just need one of these, and we can make a controller. Don't use that. Use this. We do need another one. I think we got a controller slave somewhere as a quest reward. I have no idea where though. Ah, over here. Perfect. I am going to have to use some of this item conduit, which we got from the quest book, because we can't quite make item ducts yet. They need mechanism, which we can just do right now, but I don't want to. I'll save that for another episode. Alright, so if we place a controller here in the center of the chunk, and then we place these in the holes. And then over here, we can place some trim. I can do it like this. And then a controller slave. This should be able to pull from all the drawers into a controller with 1 drawer for seeds, 1 drawer for barley. I'll move this a tiny bit. There we go. I'll test it out a little bit with some soil and barley. How cheap is a timer? That one. Okay. It's very cheap. Awesome. It's very fast too. There we go. And this should go to all 3. By the way, the other half of this farm is for if we ever need 4 diesel generators. I think it would be easier that way. There we go. It's already working. We should lock these both. And also conceal all of these drawers to avoid lag. That should have worked. How do I boost the strength? We need it to go 3 more blocks. It's fine, I think. We can just put repeaters here and here. Nice. This works. These are like the opposite way round. Now it's time to make 1,000,000 elemental soil. 60. So we need 15 of each of these items. It's quite cheap actually. That was easy. Yay! Throw it in water. Awesome. That was easier than I thought. There we go. It's finished. And it's quite fast. I'd say 1 a second maybe, on average. So we should be able to connect these up with the remaining conduits we have. And we're making biodiesel. We are running out of power though. I think all these machines use more than 1 LV, but it is working. Just slower than it should, I think. Now I think it's time to craft everything for the diesel generator. So we need 6 steel scaffolding. By the way, I moved the hoppers and everything seems to be way better. The items aren't spilling out anymore. They're just placed on top. I don't know why I did it the way I did it before, but this is way better. Fluid pipe, redstone engineering block. Whilst we're waiting for all the plates and such, why don't we improve our shuriken? I think we can make it a lot better if we get some ardite, so we can make manulin. So I'll just do this quest for this reward. So we need to process 3 of this in the crusher. How's this going, by the way? It's fine. Yeah, it's running out of power, but it just runs slower. It doesn't stop. I might put void upgrades on these. I don't want anything to get backed up. And we get some free over here. Free ardite. A knife blade is only 1 ingot, so we only need to make 1. I guess 2 if we're audibling. There we go. 2 ingots of manulin. 1 will be a knife, and I'll just turn the other into an ingot. Okay, we want to swap out the alamite. No, no. There we go. It doesn't say alamite anymore, and it does a little more attack. But these 2 traits are quite useful, so I'll take it. Also, can we put quartz on it? I know we don't have much, but yes, we can. And it makes a huge difference, even though we haven't put much on. Maybe we should do that. All the plates have finished, so we can make 13 heavy engineering blocks. These are the most expensive part. Now for the 2 new blocks, we need generator blocks and radiator blocks, which aren't that bad, I don't think. There we go. For generator blocks, this uses some of this forged cincinnassite, but we do have plenty. Okay, radiator blocks. These might be expensive on HUP graphite. We need 9, and you get 2 per craft, so we need 20 HUP graphite. We have 7 of that, so we need to make 13. Once again, I have no idea how much coal coke that is, so I'll just guess. There we go, all done. Put it in the squeezer. Yeah, this is plenty. 18. So in total we have 25. And there we go. 10 radiator blocks. 1 to spare. That should be everything. So it's quite a big machine. The power output is here. I'm not sure where to put that. I guess it has to be on the left, because the input is also on the left. So we build it this way. Ta-da! It looks cool. So all we need to do with this is input biodiesel, and it should output 4000 RF per tick, which is pretty good. I want to store this as well as run it, because you use biodiesel for these two things. So I think I want to move this, put a pipe here, and then put this here, and pull from below. This should always be full now, I hope. I do want a capacitor for the power output. I might as well upgrade this to MV. It's not that much more expensive. There we go, LV and MV. Can we go to HV? Yeah. Why is it so cheap? There we go. Now how do I do this? Can I just put this on here? That would be very nice. And set the opposite end to input. Please work. Yeah, it's very loud. I do want a comparator to do some sort of redstone control. This will waste fuel, so what I want to do is set up something like this. I forgot how these things work. I want to move this to here. So comparator with one of these, set to the max, or almost the max will do. Then I think we can just do this. Is that working? This should stop the machine once this is full. Also, there's black dogs. I've been warned about those. I'm not sure if this is working or not. I think this does work, but this part doesn't. What I'm wondering, if we put a repeater there, does this work? Because this block would be powered, so maybe it powers that? I don't know. Because this has to be on subtract mode for it to actually work. So like this. To see if this works, I might try and use some of the power. So I'll set this to input and this to output. And then HV, I don't know. Oop. It is running, even though it's almost full. So how about that one instead? It should fall below a certain number and then run. This is 13 out of 15, so what's 13/15ths of 4 million? Whatever number that is. It's 3466, so it might be a while before we can test that. Yeah, these still aren't getting enough power, so they clearly need more than LV. I'll swap over this to HV and the rest of the connectors. I will be fiddling a lot with this to try and get it working. I think I might switch to HV for the overhead cables, and then LV from the capacitors to the machines. So I'm going to do that, but off camera. So now that we've sorted out power for many episodes, I think it's a good time to end. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.